Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In this tutorial series, we are building this recipe finder application using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So you can just go ahead and search for anything over here and click on search, and we'll have these recipes displayed over here, and we can click on any of these and we will have the details displayed over here. Now in the previous video, we have written the HTML of our application and this is how it looks. Now in this video, we will start adding the CSS and start making it look like this. So let's get started. Right, here is my source code, and here we have already linked our CSS file. So let's go to our style.css file and let's start writing our CSS. So the first thing we will do is we'll select everything. And here we'll just reset the margin and the padding, and we'll also set the box sizing to border box so that we have the correct height and width for all the elements. And then let's go ahead and select the body, and let's add some styles to this as well. So for the body, we'll just add a font family, and we'll just set it to the Poppins font, because here we can see that we have added the link of the Poppins font over here in the HTML. So let's type Poppins over here and sans serif as the backup font. And let's set the line height of all the text to 1.7, and we'll set the padding to 30 pixels top and bottom and 15 pixels left and right. And this is how it looks. We can see that the font has changed. Now let's go ahead and set a background color. So let's tap background, and let's set the background color to a light color. So we'll just go ahead and create a variable for this. So we can just go ahead and create a root selector. And here we'll just go ahead and create a variable called lightbg, and let's set it to hash f8 f9 fa, and let's add the variable over here. So let's type var lightbg, and now we can see that we have the correct background color displayed over here. Let's also add a color for the dark text. So let's type hyphen text dark, and let's set the color to hash 343a40. And here let's go ahead and type color, and let's set it to var dark text color. Alright, now let's go ahead and target the main container division, which is this division with the class of recipe finder container. So let's type dot recipe finder container, and here let's set the max width to 1200 pixels, and let's set the padding to 0 top and bottom and 15 pixels left and right. And let's type text align to the center. And now we can see that everything is displayed in the center. Alright, now let's target this h1. So here we can see inside the HTML file we have this h1 for the heading. So let's tap h1, and here let's tap font size, and let's set it to 2.5 rem, and let's set the font weight to 700, and let's go over here. Let's see whether we have the 700. So we can see that we have this 700 weight over here, and let's add a margin bottom of 30 pixels. And let's set the letter spacing to -1 pixel. The letter spacing is basically the gap between these characters inside our text. Alright, now let's style this search input field and also this search button. So if you go to the HTML file, here we can see that we have this form, and in that we have the input field and the button. Now for the form, let's add an ID and a class. So let's type ID equals search form, and let's add a class of search box, and let's target this search box over here. So let's go back over here to the style.css file, and let's type search box. Let's set the display to flex, and let's type justify content center. We'll also type align items to the center so that they are centered vertically as well. And let's add a margin bottom. So let's type margin bottom, and let's set it to 40 pixels. Let's add a max width. So let's type max width, and let's set it to 600 pixels. Let's also add a box shadow, and let's set the values to 0, 4 pixels, 15 pixels. And for the shadow color, let's type RGBA 0, 0, 0 and 0.8. So this is the shadow. Let's also add rounded corners. So let's type border radius, and let's set it to 8 pixels. And now let's target this input field inside the form. So let's go ahead and target this. We have an ID of search input. Let's type search input. And let's add a padding of 15 pixels top and bottom, 20 pixels left and right. Let's set the font size to 1 rem. And let's set the flex grow to 1 so that it takes up all the space that it can. Let's also set the border to 1 pixel solid. And for the color, let's type E9 ECEF. Now let's also add border radius for rounded corners. Now we want to have the rounded corners for the left side, so we need to have it for top left and bottom left. So for that, let's go ahead and type border radius. Let's set the value to 8 pixels, 0, 0 and 8 pixels. So this 8 pixels is for top left, this is for top right, and this is for bottom right, and this is for bottom left. Now we can see that we have the border radius for the left side. And when we click on this, we can see that we have this blue outline. So let's remove that. I'll just type outline none. Now if we click on this, we don't have the outline. Now when we focus on this input field, we need to have this green color over here. So for that, let's go back and let's type search input colon focus, and let's type border color. And for this, let's create a variable, and let's create a variable called primary color, and let's set the value to 4CA F50. And let's use this variable over here. So let's type border color var primary color. So now when we focus on this input field, we have this border color. Let's also add a smooth transition. So here for the search input, let's type transition border color 0.3 seconds ease. So now we have the smooth transition. Right now let's style this search button. So for the search button, we have this button with an ID of search button. So here let's type search button, and let's set the padding to 15 pixels top and bottom, 25 pixels left and right. Let's set the font size to 1 rem. Let's set the font weight to 600, and it has a different font. So let's change the font family. Let's type font family, and let's set it to Poppins and sans serif. Now we have the correct font. Right now let's go ahead and set the background color for this button. So let's type background color, and let's set it to var primary color, and let's set the color of the text to white, and we'll just remove the border. Now here for the button, we need to have the border radius for the right side. So let's type border radius 0, 8 pixels, 8 pixels and 0. Now let's also bring this to the center. So for the search box, let's also type margin inline auto. So it will set the left and the right margins to auto. And I think we can decrease the padding top and bottom of this button a little bit. So here for the button, let's type 12 pixels for the padding top and bottom, or let's try 14 pixels. And I think that looks all right. Now when you hover over this, we need to have the pointer in the button. So for the search button, let's also type cursor to pointer, and let's also add a hover effect to this. So let's type search button colon hover, and let's set the background color to a darker color of primary color. So here let's add one more variable called primary dark, and let's set the color to 45A049, and let's add that over here. So let's type var primary dark, and let's also add a smooth transition. So let's type transition background color 0.3 seconds ease, and let's go back, and now we can see we have this hover effect. Let's go back and let's change the padding to 13 pixels. Let's see how it looks, and I think that looks all right. Now let's also style this get random recipe button. So we need to make it look like this. So for that, let's go back over here, and let's go to the index.html file, and we have this division with the class of random button container, and in that we have this class of random button for the button. So let's go ahead and target the button. I'll just type dot random button. Let's set the padding to 10 pixels and 25 pixels. Let's set the font size to 0.95 rem. Let's set the font weight to 600. And let's set the font family to Poppins and sans serif. Let's set the background color to FF9800. And let's remove the border. So I'll just have border none. Let's set the color of the text to white. Let's also add a border radius. And let's set it to 8 pixels. And let's set the cursor to pointer. Let's also add some hover effect to this get random recipe button. So here I'll just type transition. And we will have it for background color 0.3 seconds ease. And let's also add it for transform 0.2 seconds ease. And we'll also add a box shadow. So let's type box shadow. Let's set the values to 0, 2 pixels, 8 pixels RGBA, 0, 0, 0 and 0.1. And let's type random button colon hover. Let's set the background color to hash F57C00. And let's type transform translate Y of -2 pixels. So now when you hover over this, we can see that we have this hover effect. Let's remove the gap a little bit between this search input field and this get random recipe button. So I think we have added some margin bottom for this search box. So here let's change this to, let's try 20. Or let's try 28 pixels. And I think that looks alright. So with that, we have styled the header section of our app. In the next video, we will style this results grid and also this modal. So we will style both of these in the next video, and then we will start with the functionality of our app. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below. And if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.